What's up, Barky family? Welcome back to my channel. So today for you guys, I have a pregnancy update. This will be my last pregnancy update before I give birth to my son. So I finally have an induction date, and I'm doing that because I'll explain it. And it is next week. So I turned 36 weeks tomorrow, and I'm going to be induced at 37 weeks. I'm not going to be specific with the date just because I'm nervous about it. I don't want other people to be nervous about it. And so I'm just going to keep the date to myself for now. And yes, I'm out of breath. Woo, I'm out of breath, y'all. But I'm hot. It's 90-something degrees outside and I just came in from outside. So next week is the week that it's going to happen. It's not exactly how I imagined it. I thought I still would have some time. Thought he was going to actually come in August because he was due late July. And I know your first pregnancy, for most women, they go over the 40 weeks. So with this whole thing, I don't know how it's going to go because my baby is currently breached. Now, I told you guys I have a lot of amniotic fluid. I don't have too much because there's something that's too much where it could be harmful to the baby or mess with the growth of the baby. I don't have too much, but I have a lot. So he moves around a lot, and he has been head down. He has been in pretty much every breached position possible. I had an ultrasound 2 weeks ago. I get them every week because of this condition, but it's for my amniotic fluid mainly. But the one I had 2 weeks ago was the more detailed one where they measured his weight and all of that. And during it, he moved 3 times. He went from up here, so his head. So his head went from right here to down there during the ultrasound, and then he rolled over on the, sonographer? And so she was trying to take a picture of one of his kidneys. He rolled during it, and then she had to go to the other side to get the kidney picture. So he moves a lot. Right now, since I went last week, he's been in the same position though, and it's transverse breech. So I've been trying to do things to get him to go down, and sometimes he moves, but he isn't going down. So he'll move he's mainly over here, but he'll move with his head up here, his head down there, and then keeps making his way back down there. So I've been trying to do different exercises. I asked the doctor what to do, but she said there's no real proof that anything really works. You can try it and hope that it works, but she's like, there's nothing that proves that it's gonna do anything. But I've been trying the exercise ball, getting on all fours, lifting my feet up, putting ice on his head, a flashlight down there, music. It makes him move, but he's not going down. So I was given a few options, but the 2 main ones is something called an ECV, so an external cephalic version. And basically what happens is the doctor will try to externally move the baby to go head down. So they will push on my stomach, get a grip of the baby, and kind of push him around to get him head down. And the thing with this is the success rate is 50%, so it's there's no guarantee that it's going to work. I heard that it's painful. The doctor said for me that they would give me a spinal to help with the pain, and then if it works, I would then start getting the different medicines for opening up for the induction. And then the other option I was given was a C-section. So I don't know yet what I'm going to do. I'm just hoping he goes head down because I still have time. And I know most babies are head down or go head down at 37 weeks. And my belly's starting to drop. So I'm just hoping he goes head down, and then I'll just go the regular way of being induced. But between that ECV and the C-section, I don't know yet. And if you have had an ECV, please let me know down in the comments below how it went for you, if it was successful for you, because I know people who have had C-sections. So I've been talking to a lot of people about C-sections, but I know nobody who has had this ECV thing. So I try to Google online about it and see people's experiences, and it's kind of not clear answers because people are like, oh, it's painful, but they don't say if they had pain medication for it, Some women, they're like, oh, it was successful, but it's very few that I've seen that have been successful. My doctor told me that that she thinks I will have a good success rate with it just because of how much she's already moving in me and how much amniotic fluid that I have, and then my placenta is toward my back. But the thing with that is it could cause fetal distress. So it could cause the heart rate of the baby to drop, and then if they can't get it back up, it leads to an emergency C-section. So it's just complicated, and that's why I'm hoping he goes just head down and makes the decision easy on me. But right now, I don't know. That ECV, it sounds good, but when you actually read into it, it's not the best sounding thing ever. So I do not know. I know that when it comes to all of these decisions that I have to make, like I have to make them for myself. I know I'm going to get comments with people probably trying to sway me to do something, and you know, even in person from people, it's like, you should just go with this option. But I'm going to choose what I know is best for me. I know my body more than anybody. You know, I can feel the baby. I have the baby's concerns obviously in my head, but I'm going to choose what's best for me and the baby versus like somebody trying to persuade me to go this way or that way. I think the person I'll listen to the most is the doctor after myself, but I know I have to take me and him into account first, so I'm going to go with what's right for me versus what people think is right for me. I'm extremely nervous, and I know the closer I get, I'm getting more and more nervous. I know that people are like, oh, Bethany, you're going to be okay. Our bodies are meant to do this, but it doesn't take away from the fact that I'm nervous, and it's, you know, my first time ever delivering a baby, a human into this world, so it's like, no, I'm nervous. I'm hoping the day of, like, I kind of calm down, or at least that I get sleep the night before. I've heard a lot of women who they're going to be induced or they're planning to give birth the next day, like they just don't sleep. So I'm hoping I get some type of sleep the night before, just because I know I'm just going to be a nervous wreck. So we'll see. So I go back again this Thursday for another NST, because I do weekly non-stress tests with him, and then a weekly ultrasound, and then I'll have more questions for the doctor. When they were giving me these options last week, they were asking me if I had any questions, but I had just learned what ECV was. Like, I didn't have questions because I literally like didn't know what it was, and of course I asked what it is to her, but I had to read more in detail about it to have questions. So I'm going to go in with like a list of questions about that, a list of questions about a C-section. Like I said, he can always go head down, and that's the perfect scenario, but just in case he doesn't, you know, I'll have to look into the options that I was given. We'll see though. I'm not necessarily nervous, I would say, like if I had a C-section or if I end up going with this ECV thing. I'm more so just nervous for, I guess, the pain that's going to happen, or like the recovery that would happen. And just in general, you know, because like I said, it's a new thing. I've never had surgery done before. I've never had like a spinal or epidural. And I will say this, I'm not against that stuff. I know some women are against that stuff, and that's your prerogative, because I know, oh my God, people are crazy. Like, that's your prerogative. You ain't giving birth to this baby, so move along if you have an issue with it. Because I've been seeing some people yelling at others on like their birth vlogs and stuff, and it's like, girl, move right along. I don't know if I shared this in my last update video. My baby is measuring bigger. He's not measuring like huge, but he's measuring bigger than what he should be, and I'm actually happy about that because, excuse me, since he's gonna be born sooner, like it doesn't bother me if he's weighing a little bit more than he should, because I'm like, okay, well, you know, I feel like that's better than being underweight for him, so I'm actually happy about that. But when I had the ultrasound, the lady was like, were you a big baby? And I was like, oh, I think I was like 7 pounds. I was like, why? Is he big? And she's like, I'll tell you in a few minutes. And then she told me, she's like, yeah, he's measuring bigger than he should be. I was like, well, that doesn't bother me. I really don't know. But I'm excited. We still are getting ready. For the most part, the house is good. We had some work done in the basement, so the house needs to get cleaned again. And it really needs to be cleaned because there's kind of like dust everywhere. Just from... we have plumbers from them tracking everything around the place. I'm super excited for him to be here though. I know everybody keeps telling me, Bethany, get as much rest as you can before he comes. That would be nice if I didn't have this cholestasis, because you're just up itching all night. And though it's gotten better, like I said, with the medication, that doesn't change the fact that I still am itching. I'm just not itching as bad. The past couple days have been bad, and I think that was my fault. I ate something really, really spicy, and I think spice triggers it to be bad, especially if you eat something really spicy, and I ate something really, really spicy. So like this week, I'm swearing off any type of spice, even though I also heard spice can help the baby go head down. But I've been eating spicy stuff my entire pregnancy, and he hasn't gone head down. Well, randomly he does, but then he just comes back up. I feel like if he went head down right now though, that he would have to stay head down. I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. But yes, I'm super excited. Next time that I upload a video, hopefully it will be how labor went for me, or a video introducing him, and then you guys will know his name. I'm excited to share his name. Nobody in my family knows. I'm excited to, you know, let them know. The day before I go to the hospital, I'm going to put his name, like I got different decorations with his name, and I'm going to put him up inside of the nursery. Yeah. And then the other thing that kind of makes me nervous is actually leaving Pepper, because Pepper hasn't, you know, been away from us for a night, and I don't think that it's going to be, I don't know, but I feel like I'm not going to give birth to him in one day if I get induced. I feel like it will take more than just a day for me, especially since I actually go into the hospital during the evening. So I don't know, I'm just like nervous to leave Pepper. I know she's going to be okay, but she's so like attached to us. I'm sure she's going to be a little bit confused, and I'm also excited for her to meet the baby. I think Pepper's going to do very, very well with the baby. Like, Pepper has been around so many kids before that like just grab at her, and she doesn't bite or anything. Even though she looks annoyed, she does not bite. So I think she's going to be really good with the baby. I think what she'll have an issue adjusting to is maybe like the attention on being on her all the time, but she's going to be okay. She's going to be okay. So I'm excited to introduce her to the baby. I currently literally have no clothes. So I like have 3 dresses that I got from Amazon, and I fit into those. And then I have like maternity pants that I fit into, but they fall off all the time, because the maternity pants, you know, they have that thing that you put over the belly, but it just falls off of your belly all the time. And I have different brands. I don't buy from like the same brand. I have different brands of maternity pants, and they all do that. So they fit around the legs, but then this thing falls all the time, and then my pants start falling off. So I just have been wearing these dresses, and then I steal Matt's clothes. Will wear his shirts, and then I'll wear his shorts, because I don't fit into my own. Actually, I do have maternity shorts to them, and those do fit me. But the pants fall off a lot, and then in terms of my own shirts, I don't fit into nothing, unless I have like some large ones that I bought, but I only have a few of them, so I go through them really, really fast. But my belly's starting to drop. I'll try to show you guys that. I don't know if you'll be able to tell through this dress, but it's starting to drop, because it was higher before, and it just feels a little bit lighter every single day, especially the past, I would say, like week or so. It just feels like a little bit lighter, so it is dropping. I feel like if I was going to end up giving birth naturally and I wasn't going to get induced, I feel like he would go head down before that time came. I feel like it, but it is what it is. With the condition that I have, the reason that, I don't know if I said this, I have really bad pregnancy brain also right now, but the reason why the baby ends up, or you end up getting induced, is because after 37 weeks, the acid that is being like built up inside of your body, it can skyrocket, and it can skyrocket out of nowhere. You can go to the hospital, get it checked, take an NST test, everything's good, and then like an hour later it's skyrocketed. So after 37 weeks, the chances of this happening are higher, and it can cause stillbirth in the baby. So that's why women who have this condition are induced earlier to prevent that from happening. And that's why also, if you're diagnosed like after 37 weeks, they like don't even bother to get the test. They just assume you have it if you go in saying that like your hands and your palms and all that are super itchy, and then you just end up getting induced right then and there, or end up with emergency C-section. I think it depends, because I know somebody who had gone in and she had really bad itching on her palms and feet for about a week. So then she went to the doctor, told them, and she ended up having an emergency C-section. But she was already planned for a C-section. She had one with her previous child, so that's why she had the C-section. So I don't think it always means C-section. It could also mean like you just get induced earlier than your body, I guess, is ready for. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this stuff. I just know that my pregnancy has been crazy. Could have been worse. That's the thing. It can always be worse, and that's like the good bright side to think about. Like, it could always be worse. But my pregnancy was just like, just random. Like, a bunch of random stuff happened, and I'm ready for it to be over with. I really am. Just especially this past, please let me know this. Okay, so during this past month, I started to notice like water makes me kind of nauseous, and then this past week it's been so bad, and I forced myself to drink it, but I just want to throw it up. And I actually went to the store yesterday to get some like flavored stuff for the water, or like LaCroix or something, and I completely forgot to get it. I got other stuff instead, so I had to go and just try to see if there's something that would make me not feel nauseous from drinking the water. But like, water is making me so nauseous right now, and I don't know why. I don't know. Pregnancy is weird and I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for the well wishes. It's coming so fast. I feel like I just announced I was pregnant, and it's honestly just been the past month where things have really just sucked because yeah, I had the morning sickness. Yeah, I had like a crazy heart rate. I had this and that and the other thing. But it was still manageable. But it's been like the past month, especially with the itching, where I'm just like, oh gosh, I want this done with. So just thank you for everything. I'm excited to share with you guys the baby and life with a baby. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm out of breath. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.